These two boys wanted to be influencers. They waited for their neighbor to leave home and secretly installed 100 hidden cameras. They planned a super realistic ghost prank, then filmed the neighbor's reactions and posted online to get views. And this old man living alone was their prank target. Soon the two boys started their first prank. They remotely cut the power to the old man's house. The old man was quickly woken up by strange noises. The two boys stared dead at the monitor screen, but they saw the old man didn't scream at all. Instead, he showed a creepy smile. This made the two boys very confused. So they asked a friend about this old man. To their surprise, the friend said the old man was a psycho killer. Hearing this, the two boys weren't scared at all. Instead, they got even more excited. The next night, they kept spying on the old man. They made noise and woke the old man up again. The old man put on his coat and walked toward the back door. But weirdly enough, the old man didn't seem scared by the noise at all. The two boys waited for the old man's next reaction, but the old man walked right out of the camera frame. They quickly switched cameras to find the old man. Soon the old man showed up again. He was holding an axe in his hand and started chopping wildly at that door. Every single axe swing showed pure violence and anger. He didn't stop until the door was smashed. The boys were terrified by this. They realized this old man really acted like a killer. They thought that would be the end of it. But next, another scary thing happened. The old man actually looked straight at the camera. David quickly grabbed the video camera next to him. He wanted to film this moment. Then he zoomed in on the screen to check and saw the old man was just staring at the opposite wall. The two boys finally breathed a sigh of relief, but right after he walked out with the axe. The boys anxiously searched the monitors for him, but they couldn't find him anywhere. They felt the old man must have found them out. Sure enough, a knocking sound came from outside. The two boys totally panicked. David quickly grabbed a hockey stick for self-defense and told Sean to film the whole thing. But when David opened the door and looked, it was just Sean's dad looking for Sean. Checking the monitor inside, David realized the old man just left the axe outside his own door. Right now, the old man was lying on the couch resting. Soon the two boys started their third prank. Since the first two times failed, this time they used a much creepier trick. While the old man was still sleeping, they remotely turned on the old man's old stereo. Sure enough, the singing woke the sleeping old man up. The two boys stared dead at the monitor screen, expecting him to be terrified. But to their surprise, he just glanced at that room and walked right back to the living room. Until the next day, Sean found something weird. The old man went into the basement at night and didn't come out until the next morning. This meant he stayed down there for 7 hours. The two boys suspected scary things were hidden inside. A few days later, the two boys set up their last prank. They prepped the old man's window glass beforehand and coated it with a chemical liquid. Soon the old man was woken up by the noise. He got up and put on a blanket. Then he walked quickly to the hallway, but saw the thermometer dropping. The old man thought the device was broken, but just 2 seconds later, the bedroom glass shattered all over the floor. Hearing this, he immediately ran back, looking at the inexplicably shattered window. The old man wasn't scared at all. Instead, he took off his coat and walked to the mirror. He picked up a comb and kept combing his hair. Right after that, he walked to the basement again. The two boys had absolutely no idea what he was actually doing down there and over the next few days. The old man's behavior got weirder and weirder. He frequently went in and out of the basement by day. By now, they were even more sure he was a killer. They even suspected victims were hidden in the basement. To find out the truth, they discussed putting a bug at his door, then calling the cops to search the basement. Soon, the two boys split up to take action. Sean watched the old man on the monitor, but right at this moment, the camera signal cut out for a few seconds. When Sean looked at the screen again, the old man was already walking toward the front door. Even worse, David outside happened to knock over a water jug. This sound immediately caught his attention. Luckily, the old man didn't spot David. When night came, the two boys called the cops. The police quickly arrived at the scene. The two boys lied to the police, saying they heard a woman screaming in his basement. He had to let the police search it, but to the two boys' surprise, the police came out not long after.
He didn't find anything? He wasn't looking hard enough.
A week later, his cat knocked down a hidden camera. The boys realized things were bad. At this moment, the camera was lying on the floor, and it was covered in their fingerprints. If the old man found it, their plan would be completely exposed. They might even get hunted down by him. Right then, David thought of an idea. He wanted to use the time the old man was sleeping to sneak in and take the camera back. Soon, David sneaked over by himself. Sean watched the old man on the monitor. Not long after, David successfully opened the door. Then he walked toward the camera. Sean stared dead at the screen. Luckily, David found the camera, but right when David was leaving, he found the basement door was actually unlocked. So David curiously walked inside.